By the end of this video, you'll have gained a solid understanding of Adobe Illustrator, from setting up the pencil tool correctly to drawing and structuring a character, adding colors and shadows, arranging objects in front of or behind one another, working with the Curvature Tool, and using the Pathfinder Tool to cut and combine shapes, and a whole lot more. But before we get started, a huge thank you to everyone who supports us on Patreon and YouTube. We truly appreciate each and every one of you. And if you'd like to support the channel and get access to the vector files from our videos, along with premium vector packs and icon sets, just head over to our Patreon through the link in the description and pick a membership plan that fits your budget. For this video, I decided to draw a sheep character, but of course feel free to draw whatever you like. To start, I'm creating a rough sketch in Photoshop just to use as a reference inside Illustrator. I'm quickly blocking out the basic shapes, the head, the body, and a few other details to get a general idea of how the character will look. I'm doing this on a new layer using a standard brush and my mouse, because at this stage I don't need anything detailed or precise. A loose rough sketch is more than enough. That said, when I'm working on more detailed illustrations, I usually prefer using a graphics tablet. For this step, you have plenty of options. You can do it just like me with a mouse, use an iPad or any pen tablet you have, or even sketch it out on a plain piece of paper with a pencil and use that as your reference. However you do it, the goal is the same. Get that rough sketch ready, because next we're jumping into Illustrator to start building our vector character. And finally, our sketch is ready. I copy it, switch over to Illustrator, create a new layer, and paste it right in the center of the artboard. Now, to make sure the sketch doesn't distract me while I work, I select it and lower the opacity from the top panel to fade it out a bit. Once it's transparent enough, I lock that layer so it doesn't accidentally move if I click on it during the process. Then I create a new layer, grab the pencil tool from the left toolbar, and start adjusting its settings. Since my artboard is 2000 by 2000 pixels, I set the stroke weight accordingly, and I'll also walk you through the other important pencil tool settings, because if you dial them in the way I do, you'll be able to draw smoothly and comfortably even with just a mouse. And that's exactly what I'm doing here, sticking with the mouse the whole time. Once everything is set up, I start slowly tracing the outline of the character on top of the reference sketch using the pencil tool, following the rough lines beneath to bring the character's contours to life. This part is important, so make sure you follow along carefully. If your Pathfinder panel isn't open yet, you can activate it the same way I do. I'll show you how. Now I select the shape I drew for the dark part of the eye, then also select the smaller highlight shape on top of it. When you click the minus front icon under the shape mode section in the Pathfinder panel, it will delete the top shape along with the overlapping area between the two, leaving you with a clean, precise cutout. This is honestly one of the most useful tools in Illustrator, and it'll make so many things easier for you once you get comfortable with it. In fact, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on, because in the coming days I'll be putting together a dedicated shorts video all about the Pathfinder tool, covering how to use it, what makes it so powerful, and all the ways it can speed up your workflow. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It genuinely motivates me to keep creating more high quality and useful content for you. Also, drop your questions in the comment section, because your questions directly shape what videos I make next on this channel. Every single form of support truly matters. Subscribing keeps me motivated, liking helps the video reach more people, commenting tells me what to create next, and joining our Patreon with a monthly membership provides the financial support that keeps this channel growing. I continue going over the outlines I already drew with the pencil tool, but this time instead of setting a stroke color, I choose a fill color, and I start coloring the character piece by piece, shape by shape. I begin with the eyelids, set the color, and then to add shading, I select the eyelid shape I drew and activate the Draw Inside tool, which you'll find at the very bottom of the left toolbar. Here's why this is so powerful. Once you select a shape and click the Draw Inside icon, anything you draw from that point on, whether it's a line or a new shape, will stay perfectly contained within the boundaries of that selected shape and won't bleed outside the edges. This speeds up the workflow dramatically, because without this tool, you'd have to draw your shadow shapes with extreme precision, carefully staying within the edges the whole time, which not only takes much longer, but rarely gives you clean results anyway. Draw Inside essentially does that clipping work for you automatically, and once you start using it, you'll wonder how you ever worked without it. Pay close attention to this part. To bring an object forward, simply select it, go to Object in the top menu, then Arrange and choose Bring to Front, and that object will jump to the top of the stack. In my case, I duplicated the eye to create the second one, which meant the second eye ended up on top while the right eye got pushed behind it. So I selected the right eye to bring it forward, but before I did that, let me give you an important tip. Group all the details that belong together. I highly recommend getting into the habit of grouping related objects, because whenever you need to rearrange, duplicate, or move things later, it becomes so much easier when everything is grouped together rather than scattered as individual pieces. So I selected the right eye as a group and brought it forward using the Arrange tool. With this tool, you have full control over the stacking order. You can bring an object all the way to the front, send it all the way to the back, or move it just one step forward or one step backward relative to the other objects. You'll see all of these options in action throughout the video. This is exactly why the Arrange tool is something every Illustrator user needs to learn. It gives you complete control over your layers and speeds up your workflow significantly. After filling in the color for the character's hair, it's time to clean things up using the Curvature tool. Once I select the shape I want to refine, I use the Curvature tool to fix any areas that are sticking out or leaving unwanted gaps. To do this, I either grab existing anchor points and drag them into the right position, or I add new points where needed. The Curvature tool is incredibly useful for this kind of work and saves a lot of time, because let's be honest, neither I nor anyone else could draw a shape this precisely with a mouse on the first try. That's exactly the workflow. Draw the shape roughly, but close enough to the outline, then go back in with the Curvature tool and fine-tune everything until it sits perfectly. All the tools I've highlighted throughout this video are really the most essential tools in Illustrator. Learn them, apply them to your projects, and you'll have a genuinely strong foundation in Illustrator and be able to draw your own characters and vectors with confidence. By the way, our Patreon supporters can download this sheep character completely free from the Patreon shop and use it in their own designs or study the file to understand how it's built. And if you'd like to get this vector without a Patreon membership, just click the direct link to our shop in the description below and grab it with a small one-time payment, which is also a great way to support the channel. On top of that, Patreon supporters regularly receive premium vector packs, icon sets, and more, all for free in the shop. I do my best to give back and make your support worth every bit. So go ahead and browse the Patreon shop right now. Download something you like, completely free. And I'll be adding new products regularly. More vectors, icon sets, illustrations, and PDFs. So if you're not a patron yet, now is a great time to join. And one more thing, all Patreon supporters are personally thanked by name at the beginning of every video.
Following the same steps as before, I selected the color for the face, but then I realized I had forgotten to draw the nose and mouth, so I lowered the opacity of the face shape to make it transparent again, which brought the sketch underneath back into view. I used the pencil tool to draw the nose and mouth, and then selected the face shape again and brought the opacity back up to restore the color to how it was. After that, I drew a small cheek bump as the final touch, filled it with color, and with that, the drawing process for the head is essentially complete. I then applied shadows to the face, under the eyes and on the cheek area, using the same methods I walked you through earlier, and just like that, we have a beautifully finished character face. If you've watched all the way to this point, you've already mastered the most important tools in Illustrator, and if you stick around until the very end, you're going to pick up some really valuable things that will genuinely level up your workflow. I hope this video has been useful for you. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did this video help you? And if there's anything that wasn't completely clear or that you'd like me to explain further, don't hesitate to write it down and ask. I read every comment, and your feedback helps me make better videos for you.
From this point in the video, we're going to repeat everything I've covered so far. Every step, every tool, all of it comes back into play as we draw the body of our character and then fill it with color. But in this section, I'm also going to show you a second method that speeds things up quite a bit. This approach works when your outline is one continuous, unbroken path that connects back to where it started, like the body of our character. If you watch carefully, you'll notice that when I draw the body outline, I keep the mouse button held down the entire time without releasing it, and I keep going until I bring the cursor all the way back to the starting point. Once you get close enough to that starting point, a small circle icon appears beneath your cursor. That's Illustrator telling you that you're back at the beginning, and when you release the mouse button there, your path will close into one complete seamless outline. Now here's where this method saves you time. Because the outline is a single closed path, you don't need to go back over it with the pencil tool to add a fill shape, and you don't need to use Arrange to send it behind or the Curvature tool to fix gaps. Instead, simply select the outline, go to Edit in the top menu and choose Copy, then go back to Edit and choose Paste in back. This places an identical copy directly behind the original. Then, without clicking anywhere else, go to the bottom of the left toolbar and click the arrow above the Fill and Stroke section to swap the stroke to a fill. After that, just set your color and the body is filled cleanly and perfectly. Keep in mind though, this method only works because the body was drawn as one single closed path. We couldn't do this with the hair, for example, because that was made up of multiple separate broken lines rather than one continuous closed shape. For the body, I drew a complete closed outline using the pencil tool, then copied it and used Paste in back to place an identical shape behind it and filled it with the base color. After that, I used the Pathfinder tool to split the filled body shape into two separate sections and assigned a distinct base color to each one. Then I drew the shadow shapes on top, split those with the Pathfinder tool as well, and assigned a darker shade of each corresponding color to create the shadow effect. And once again, Draw Inside kept everything clean and perfectly contained within the edges without any overflow. Now, using every tool we've learned throughout this video, we're going to draw a simple arm and a simple leg. Duplicate each one to get a pair, and with that, our character will be completely finished. For both the arm and the leg, I draw the outline with the pencil tool, copy it behind using Paste in back, and fill it with color. Then I copy the filled shape again and bring it to the front, setting its color to match the clothing. The shape underneath stays as the skin tone.
I then use the Pathfinder tool to cut away part of the clothing colored shape, giving it the look of a short sleeve. For the hoof at the end of the arm, I select the skin tone shape, activate Draw Inside from the bottom of the left toolbar, and draw in the hood shape directly inside it, coloring it brown to match the sheep's feet. And just like that, the arm is done. I group everything together, the outline, the colors, all the details, duplicate it, drag the copy into position, and use Arrange with Send to Back to push it behind the body. I repeat the exact same steps for the legs, and once those are in place, our character is fully complete. To everyone who watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. It truly means a lot. If you haven't already, please hit the like button below the video. It helps more than you know. I'll be adding all the useful links and details in the description below, so make sure to check that out. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I lead and reply to every single one because your feedback always matters to me. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.